Oh yeah, you very nearly heard Rich fart as we were doing the intro then.
Yeah, well, it's
I'm
been
amazed
a long half hour, 40 minutes that we've been talking, and you make me gassy.
What do you mean? This is the intro. The conversations to follow.
Yes, we have not already talked about the two TV shows on this, the Co-Pilots podcast.
Don't show them behind the curtain.
But I want to show them what's behind the curtain.
Part of the bloody act, you fool.
Surprise, I have a sword now.
It's true, you do own a sword.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, all the usual, copilotspodcast.co.uk. We still have had no suggestions or anything at all from anyone.
If you want, I can submit all of the shows that I find that we can cover. I can just submit them as suggestions from throwaway email addresses.
That's a really good idea. I like that a lot. Where are we? Instagram, The Real Co-Pilots Podcast. Twitter, Real Co-Pilots. Facebook, again, at Real Co-Pilots. And as I'm looking at the Facebook page, I can see that the most recent episode has come up saying file not found.
Oh, that's because it's weird. It's a link to it, and I can't make it stop.
We've reached 7 people and no one has complained.
Exactly.
Oh, that's something I meant to mention actually, because I've just seen there's a video on our Facebook of it was from it's from 2 years ago, and it was from when you started sending me DVDs of Attack of the Clones, and there's a handful of them. There's now 37 sat on my windowsill, including a VHS, because I did find some other ones that you'd sent that I just put in a suitcase and tried to forget about.
I think the words I'm looking for are "you're welcome."
Yeah, I don't think so. That's the other thing, though. Like, via a vague sort of osmosis, it is becoming one of my more favourite Star Wars films. I feel a lot more fondly on it, because it's like, oh, I've got so many of them. So yeah, this one is Scrubs and The Good Doctor.
Medical stuff. Yeah.
Yay. And also, we definitely diverge into Inside Numberland and Gilmore Girls.
No, we don't. We don't ever diverge. And also, we don't know that yet, because this is the intro. We haven't done the music.
That was it. That was spot on that time. We fucking nailed it. It's only taken 6 years.
Was it? I felt like I clapped too early.
You have previously caught the clap too early. That is very true.
I think 9 years old is a perfectly acceptable time.
Yeah, but you don't speak to that uncle anymore, do you?
No.
Difficult to keep in touch though, isn't it, when one of you's in prison? So, and I'll be honest, I don't think you should have gone down for it. I think that's what they call victim blaming.
Yeah, but he was always my favourite Uncle Andrew with the palace.
We've been sending at each other a lot of jokes, haven't we, about the royal family.
I mean, I'm surprised it took us half an hour.
This is the thing, like, as soon, because Lisa shut up the stairs, she was like, "Oh, Joe," I was like, "What?" She goes, "Prince Philip's died," and I went, "Okay," and then instantly turned to Mickey and was like, "Right, come on, who's got the good jokes?" They've got to come quickly.
Turns around, I'm getting a joke soon.
It's like, I'm trying to think of one so badly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I sort of sat on it for half an hour, so I need to think of an acceptable one that's funny enough, but isn't just like ding dong, the king, but not really the king is dead.
Yeah, that's a bit old hat, that one, isn't it? I feel like that's a bit too obvious.
Yeah, we really blew that one out with Thatcher.
What was the first one? Oh, the first one I sent to you was, he's been dead for the past 15 years. They've been Weekend at Bernie's in for fucking yonks. Yeah, and like people getting up in arms about it. It's like there's a paedophile in that family. There's an actual paedophile in that family, and no one is doing anything about it. I don't care that the old guy died.
No, they're distracting us. That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
On the subject of, people dying, medical TV shows.
Yeah, slightly light, more light-hearted. What have we got? We've got The Good Doctor and we've got Scrubs. Which of these two would you like to discuss first?
I guess Scrubs is an easy one to discuss, isn't it? It's just...
It is. It's. I'll tell you what Scrubs is. Scrubs is the show that if you flick on the telly and an episode of Scrubs is on, I think you're watching that to the end.
Oh, definitely. I think I've seen every episode as well.
Have you?
Even the shit ones where
because
it's
isn't there
not the same characters.
There's a big chunk of it where JD and a whole bunch they're just not in it.
Yeah, that's like, I think the last season it's like the medical school one, and it's just Dave Franco's in it and some other people, I'm sure.
It just seems a bit weird. Like, I remember when it was when that happened, I was like, just a really weird way of taking it, I guess. But what you get on the door? Yeah, so Scrubs. I think everybody knows what this is. It's like Friends, isn't it? Everyone knows what Scrubs is. It's a sitcom that's set in a hospital, and it uses cutaways and flashbacks, and it is genuinely brilliant, isn't it? This is how I can tell like it's a good comedy show, is that my dad doesn't laugh at stuff like hardly at all, but he laughs at Scrubs, and he really likes Scrubs. It always really surprised me that he liked it, because I was like, I never thought that you were the type of person to like a show of this style, like a sitcom-y.
I never thought you were the type of person to like anything.
Wait, you can experience enjoyment. I didn't know.
Fucking hit that well, didn't you?
But no, like he doesn't do many comedy things, so it was always interesting to see. Like, I'd come down and he'd be watching it. I was like, this is bizarre, because he'd watch this or House. So I was like, is it just hospital-based stuff you liked? Have you tried Casualty?
Yeah, that's the thing. I found House quite funny in places. It's not quite as like consistently funny as Scrubs is, but it's...
Didn't House have like a mad ending? Because it ended when we were at uni. Didn't it end in third year? And there's something about he jumps into a fire or something.
Yeah, I can't remember it, which is good because that means it's ripe for a rewatch.
I think you spoiled it for Jack. I think you read what happened and then just told him. And he was like, oh, well, cheers.
No, I think I stayed up and watched it and then told him what happened. Yeah.
You made a habit of fucking doing that.
I don't do it anymore because none of you are invested enough in a TV show.
Oh, the finale of House is called Everybody Dies.
Spoilers.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure nobody dies.
Oh,
or somebody dies.
That's shite.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, who is your favourite character in Scrubs?
I always really liked Elliot and Todd.
Todd's the high five guy, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything that deep in why they're my favourite. I think they are amusing. It amuses me when he's just walking around the hospital trying to high five everyone.
That's the level of your humour, is it? Someone walking around holding up their hand.
Yeah, it's why I liked Barney in How I Met Your Mother. I don't care about his character development. I just care about him getting those sweet high fives.
Oh man, How I Met Your Mother. I missed that show. Might be due a rewatch of that, to be honest. But anyway, I keep diverging off of this. It's JD's first day, and that's it. It's difficult to start talking about it as if no one knows what Scrubs is, because fucking everybody's seen it.
Yeah, it because it is just JD's life for 8 seasons, and then some weird medical school stuff at the end where he's a teacher. And it's just nice because it's, and that's the thing. It's weird because it's more, because it is consistently funny throughout, but there are some very like
Heartbreaking.
oh shit moments.
Yeah.
I think like in this one, it's showing you. Well, I think it's essentially laying the groundwork for a
Setting
lot
the
of the
tone.
character relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially around Dr. Cox, I think.
It really, it does a really good job of like setting out its stall of like, you know, this is gonna be generally a comedy, but there's, you know, there's tough bits as well, because there's the part where you know, he's told that the patient's died, and yeah, it does a really good job of just being like, hey, this is what the show is, and like you said, like, you know, you get a really good idea of Kelso being, you know,
Just an ass.
yeah, but like really good at making you think you're on his side, and then he'll catch you out with something. And then, like, Dr. Cox, it makes it so clear that, like, he pretends to hate everyone, but he really cares about his job.
Yeah, I think I imagine what it does quite a good job of is showing how people in that profession have so much shit to cope with that you just don't consider
Yeah.
in any other job, because they're just sort of like playing God a little bit. And, well, Kelso is actively trying to play God and just be like, well, if they can't pay for the insurance,
That's the
we'll
thing.
get an autopsy out of it.
Yeah. Like, I would quite like to watch it with the eyes of, like, oh, I wonder what it says about, like, you know, the American healthcare system and things. Because, like you said, like you just said, you know, he's saying, oh, if they can't afford the insurance and that sort of thing. It's like, this is mad, because obviously over here we're like, yeah, I'll fucking lose an arm and I'll get it repaired for free.
Yeah, I wonder how different like a UK version of Scrubs would be. Like whether it would still be as impactful, because they can't just like clear them out because they can't afford it, because that's not how healthcare
That's
works.
not how we do shit here, you know. We don't have assault rifles and we help people out, alright?
Yeah. Well, that's probably how well you can have such affordable healthcare. We have quite so many gunshot victims.
Well, I'm just thinking, right, the only hospital-based comedies I can think of is fucking Green Wing and Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. And I do not think you're going to get much good social commentary out of those two.
No. But Garth Marenghi's Dark Place is good.
Honestly,
It's just not. It doesn't focus so much on the medicine
Garth
as
Marenghi
the
is
dark
like,
place.
it's like someone reached into my head and put a TV show on for me. It is. I cannot believe how much I fucking love Garth Marenghi.
Right, I've got a mashup that would be perfect for you.
Go on, I'm listening.
Right, inside Garth Marenghi's Number 9.
What time's it on?
9, obviously.
That's a point. When's that coming back? You know, they've been real dicks about it, haven't they? Because, oh, we can't do it. There's a pandemic. Yeah, that's just an excuse. When's Inside Number 9 coming back?
I mean, it's a fair question, because it's gotten sparser and sparser.
Well, they definitely ordered another, I think, 2 series.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen it all,
I definitely have.
but I can never remember or tell. Because I can read synopsis and be like, nope, no idea, and then watch and be like, oh yeah, the dogs.
Yes, the last series was. Oh my god, there were some absolutely brilliant ones. The referee's a wanker in the changing room, the football changing room.
I might not have seen the latest series.
That's
that does
disgusting.
not ring a bell.
I won't tell you what that one's about. There's one. Oh, there's a really good magic conjuring one, and there's the last one is amazing. The two cops on the stakeout is brilliant. Anyway, we've done what we always do. We've started talking about Inside Number 9.
Well, I think it's great representation because do you know what else Scrubs has? Tangents. And they just go off and have completely different. I forgot when favourite characters. Janitor.
Yeah,
He's up there.
I don't mind him. He's okay. I don't know if he's my favourite character.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't know if he's my favourite, but he's definitely up there. Because he's
a sarcastic little fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me of someone.
I don't know if I should be insulted or not.
I wouldn't be.
Okay.
It's just very easy to convince you of shit these days.
Yeah, well, there's no real arguing with that.
But yeah, I mean, it's Scrubs, isn't it? You know,
Also, right, what do you think? Do you think JD is a reliable narrator?
No, no.
Because he is the narration for this, but there's
there's constant but he shows a scene will play out and then it will flip back and he's like, oh, that's him imagining what he's going to do to it.
yeah. Also, there's the one of the doctors who's walking around. He's talking to JD and then JD stops listening and he's just like, this guy's a tool, and the guy just starts saying like, I'm a tool, I'm a tool, I'm a tool.
Yep.
And then later on he's walking past and he's just like, I'm a dork, I'm a dork. And then
I would say he probably
so
is,
I think that means that you then see this whole thing, and it's why I think Janitor seems like such an arse. It's because JD thinks he's out to get him, but really he's just a janitor, and JD. But you only see JD's interactions with him.
Oh,
but then it's when it
there's
expands,
this-
you start seeing other people's lives and stuff that it gets a bit different. But
I think there was the school of thought at one point that said the janitor doesn't actually exist. But then I'm sure he interacts with other characters other than JD. He must.
yeah, no, he does. Yeah.
Okay. But that's something I've gotten into quite a lot recently. Is just watching stuff and being like, what if that character doesn't exist? Because I did this with Afterlife. You know, he goes and speaks to Penelope Wilton on the bench, who's chatting to her dead husband Stan.
Yeah.
Every time I watched that, I was watching and it just popped in my head. I was like, what if she doesn't exist? Because I don't think you ever see her with any other character. You might at the end of series 2.
You do at the end of series 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but even so, he could still be imagining her. But anyway, I really liked that idea. I've just gotten into watching things and being like, she doesn't fucking exist. I was like, I'm never being Tyler Durden ever again. I'm not getting caught out.
I don't believe in anything I'm seeing. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff in Scrubs, and it's just good, and it's an easy watch as well.
Yep. Which is always a fucking bonus.
Because they're only 20-minute episodes.
Yeah, I think it's about that. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, it's Scrubs. It's it's reliable and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So something double the length. That's also about doctors.
Go on.
The Good Doctor. What do you think?
I mean, I won't watch any more of it, but I like it.
I found it quite difficult purely because the last thing I saw,
was in
the guy
Bates
who plays
Motel.
Sean was in Bates Motel.
Do you know, he's like, oh shit, what's his name? I can't remember his name now.
Norman Bates.
Freddie Highmore. He's actually like really quite involved with. I think he's written and produced some stuff as well as like acting. Jesus Christ. He is the godfather of Vera Farmiga's son.
Yeah, he's younger than us.
Less of the us, mate. He's younger than you.
Ow, piece of. Also, I didn't realise he was British.
I didn't realise it was him who was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory
Oh shit.
and Spiderwick Chronicles, which I never saw, but I remember seeing the posters everywhere. Yeah, he's fucking gone places, you know. But yeah, it was decent. So what's the story of the Good Doctor? He is going to begin a residency at a hospital, and while he's on his way there, there is an accident in which he intervenes. And
Accident.
oh, murder. You're just super suspicious of him, aren't you? Because no, I've seen him kill a lot of people.
Exactly.
But
Never in quite such a public place, but you know.
well, he sort of upstages the Doctor, who starts responding by saying, "Oh yeah, no, like you're killing him because of X, Y, Z," and he demonstrates his knowledge and stuff and saves the boy's life. I quite like the flashback stuff, like where it explains, it shows what he's gone through to get to the point where he's like, right, well, I want to be in the medical profession because he's suffered a couple of losses and
Yeah,
wants to
those
prevent that.
took me a bit by surprise because I was like, oh, it's just going to be like, oh, woe is me, look how hard my life was, and it's like, oh shit, no, people just die around him.
Yeah, and I'm not,
Not
pointing
casting
fingers,
aspersions,
but he's Bates Motel in those motherfuckers.
yeah. Fool me once.
And obviously there's an ongoing sort of hearing as to whether he is suitable for the role of surgeon because he has, what do they call it, autism and savant syndrome.
Yeah, so he's. I think I don't fully understand, but it's like a.
It basically just equates to he's real good at his job, and that's apparently a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good. I think it seems like everyone's worry is that, oh, if he kills someone, everyone's going to suggest that maybe we shouldn't have hired him. It's like, yeah, but if he saves like 300 other people, what other doctor is going to have stats like that and
Exactly.
be,
And not have the same.
yeah, like if he kills the first one, maybe don't give him a job.
Well, even then.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
mean,
the
like-
thing. It's. I think you'd always have to, with that, something like that, you'd have to assess each case on its merits. Just like, could anyone have saved him,
Yeah.
or did?
Was this actually a specifically very, very difficult thing where you know?
Yeah, I imagine. I get the feeling though that all of the cases are going to be very sort of housey, where they're like weird and the solutions are always going to be fucking out there.
Mm.
And it's going to be such a case that only he could solve it, like, and no one else gets a look in. I might be wrong with that, because I think I'm going to watch a bit more of this, just to see. Because what I don't want it to be is that he is like House, and because we've seen that. We
Yeah,
have House.
I think they're gonna be, the makers of the show are gonna be very wary of that.
Yeah, because it has to
comparison,
be.
Was it House has Asperger's though, didn't it?
I don't think that's ever actively mentioned in the show. He's just very good at his job.
I'm sure there was a big thing about him having some sort of behavioural thing. Oh no. Okay. Cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. So I essentially don't want him to be a flawless character.
That's the thing, is that there's a tendency to just, blanket autism as like it's a shorthand for he's got autism. What does that mean? Oh, basically he's got a fucking superpower.
Yeah, and it's not in like I don't want to see them be tactful and say like, look what people with autism can do, but I don't want them to lean so heavily the other way and just go, because of this he is perfect, or that they'd be worried about offending people by showing that autistic people can have flaws or make mistakes.
Yeah, entirely. Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Because I think the first episode sets it very like, it shows you his like analytical skills and like his savant syndrome and all of that good stuff. But I think it shows you that his like the main issue he might face is communicating that, or other people understanding what he's trying to explain and why he's led them that way.
Yeah, entirely. But I mean, I did.
Good.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I don't think I'll watch any more of it. Not because of any particular problems that I had with it. It just didn't grab me. Like, quite in the same way that other shows have, and yeah, like nothing particularly.
And you haven't watched those either.
Well, exactly. That's sort of my point. Is that it's good. And I ain't doing anything with it, but that's not true actually, because we have started Line of Duty, and we started it about 3 weeks ago, and we've got I think the last episode of series 3 left to do. So we have. When did we do Line of Duty? Because it wasn't that long ago, I don't think. Oh no, it was ages ago, wasn't it?
I started looking at season 1.
Oh no, was it really that long? It can't have been that long ago.
No, I think it might have been. Oh, it might have been season 3 because we did a run of
crime stuff, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was the crime series. We are now just looking stuff up on our amazing spreadsheet.
I can't see that. I can't see
Here
that
it is,
either.
series 4. 2019. So yeah, we did that with Happy Valley. So it wasn't that long ago. But I remember watching the pilot and being like, I'll be interested to hear, like, when I go back and I might go back and listen to that episode to hear what I say about Line of Duty, because now I'm like, it's the fucking best thing ever. But yeah, like it was decent, and his performance was really good, and I think it did raise a couple of good moral questions, and the dude who's like mentored him and is defending him in the hearing, I think is a fucking hero. I don't know. I just don't tend to like medical stuff, to be honest. Not really.
That's the thing. I find that it either has to be Scrubs or House.
See, I don't particularly like House, and like Scrubs I like, but I don't think, I know, I'll settle in and watch a couple of episodes of this. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it.
I think medical is a hard place to make TV. Cause
saying that, do you remember? What was it? Series 1. We did it very, very early. It was Critical. That was brilliant, to be fair.
Yeah, but that was a very specific. That had very specific parameters. That was, here is an hour of this case coming into ER.
That was literally episode 2, series 1, episode 2, and we paired it with. Have a guess what we paired it with?
Penny Dreadful.
Yep, you're looking at the spreadsheet, aren't you?
No, I just remember that episode 2 is Penny Dreadful.
Oh shit. Oh, fair enough. Yeah,
The thing is, I didn't watch any more Critical either. But that's the thing is, I think because that was really good. Because I remember us being obsessed with like, yeah, no, and then it cuts to you have the ad break, and then time jumps in the show because the time has passed.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Because you get like just an hour in real time, and that was really cool.
That was cool.
Which I think, but that's the thing. That's it, they've done something. They've done an interesting take on it, and I think that's why it's so difficult to do like medical stuff. In the same way that like police procedural dramas get a bit dry, because there's only so many ways they can show you this man's a criminal, this man is a police officer, the police officer is called the criminal, and the only way you can make it interesting is by escalating the crimes. Whereas like with a medical drama, all you can really do is make all of the cases super out there and like weird shit that doesn't really happen.
Yeah, then you start getting into the territory of fucking Casualty, though, don't you? Like, oh, what's happened? Oh, he's coming because he broke his thumb playing football. All right, okay. Well, we'll do some tests then, and by the end of the episode, the fucker's died because it turns out he had this super rare blood condition at the same time, and now he's dead. So never mind.
Yeah, it turns out the football was poisoned.
It was a poisoned football. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the episode, the man walks out in a rugby shirt, and it's like it was poisoned.
I remember there was an episode of Casualty once, and in the A&E sort of reception, there was a riot for whatever reason, and to sort of demonstrate how chaotic things had gone, they had some guy run up to the desk, pick up the glass jar of lollipops, and just smash it on the desk. So it was like, fucking hell, rock and roll.
There's like, so you know, in Casualty, you see like the opening, and that's where I almost say crime, where the like accident happens.
Yeah.
There's one that sticks in my head. Is someone like roller skating down a street, and you know there's spiked fences.
Oh,
Like
did he get his
straight
arm
up through
on
the
it?
chin.
Oh, through the chin. Oh, he fucking like the end of Hot Fuzz. Ugh.
Yeah, and I was just sort of like, and the thing is that's stuck, and that's what I think of when I think of Casualty.
Yeah. Mine's something like vaguely similar. There's a guy who goes up a ladder, but like it's a wooden ladder on a smooth flooring, and he just leans it up against the wall and it just slides away, and it's fucking horrible. There was also a show when I was a kid, and it was weird because it was a kid's show, but they reenacted like
Embarrassing bodies.
No, they reenacted like accidents that the emergency services had to respond to, and it was that thing. It was a spiked fence, and this kid had got his arm like on top of this spiked fence, and he had like 2 or 3 of the spikes coming out of his arm, and it still cringes me out. And
that's almost impressive.
But like, I will happily watch anything when someone gets cut up with a chainsaw, or like, you know, plenty of gore and stuff. But when it's real stuff. But even then, it's not even real. But saying that, if there's a show that has surgery on it, I can't watch it.
Is it more of a... If this is something that could feasibly happen to you, you don't like it as much?
Well, even then, it's not that bad.
But
because
Jigsaw capturing someone and making them sit in an oven for 20 minutes, like, that's unlikely to happen to you.
That's a good conversation topic, isn't it? The best saw traps. My favourite is the roundabout shotgun one. It's just so batshit.
That's the I quite like the one that's set up in a shop window. I can't exactly remember the trap.
In a shop window? No, that's
the big swinging blade.
That's in Saw 7, and I've actually not seen that one.
Oh, but you know the trap. Because
vaguely,
you, like I, are a psychopath.
Hey, you know who else is in Saw? I think he's a cop. He's a detective
Scott
in Saw.
Patterson.
Yeah, fucking Luke.
Yeah. Bit of a change.
We will always bring it back to Gilmore Girls.
There's always a way.
Oh man, now I want coffee and Luke's burgers.
You've got the book.
That's true, actually. What are we doing next week? Oh, that's the wrong spreadsheet. Where are we? Season 6. Next week.
What are we doing next week?
It's a Stephen
Wrong
King
Turn,
special. We've got another Stephen King special, which is very, very exciting. Bag of Bones and The Outsider. The Outsider, is that hang on, isn't The Outsider something to do with Holly from Mr. Mercedes trilogy?
She's in it.
Okay, cool. And Bag of Bones, I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to look it up. But if it's Stephen King, it's probably going to be something good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, it should be good. I like Stephen King, having
discovered him.
Wow, I can. It feels like you don't believe me,
Yeah.
and that makes me very sad.
I mean, you've got to be used to that by now.
What, being sad or you not believing me?
A little bit both.
Oh, that hits too close to home.
Fuck you, bye.